In this video, I am going to go over with you what we call a loan update. Hey, my homeowners, it's Josh Sternberg from Sternberg Law Group. I hope everybody's doing well. A loan update is a term that we coined in our office. And what does that mean? That means before we start a loan modification, we want to get an update on all of the details for our clients' loans. So if you're doing a loan modification on your own, you should be getting your own loan update. Before I go into the specifics and particulars of what a loan update is, the purpose of a loan update, we don't know if we need a modification. We don't know what we need to modify until we have a true understanding of our loan. It goes back to knowledge is power. If the mortgage company is offering you a modification of a 4% interest, how do you know whether or not that's a good deal for you before you know what your interest rate is, or if your interest rate is adjustable or fixed? The first thing we ask is, what is the unpaid principal balance? Unpaid principal balance, or UPB, is just how much is owed on the loan, not including any past due amounts, escrow, shortages, or fees. So basically, how much money do I owe you on the principal balance of my loan? Does the unpaid principal balance include a deferred balance? And if so, how much is that deferred balance? If you have been modified in the past, there's a chance that you have what's called a deferred balance. So by example, your mortgage statement may be for $500,000, but part of that $500,000 may be a deferred balance, which means that interest is not being applied to it. $400,000 may be the interest bearing amount, and then $100,000 of that $500,000 loan may be a non-interest bearing. It's important to know what the deferment amount is, because if you're trying to get a loan mod and they include all of it into the interest bearing, it can make your payment more expensive. So you want to know, do you have a deferred amount? And if so, how much? What are the amount of my arrears? Very simply put, how much money do I owe to bring the loan current? You want to know what that number is. Am I $40,000 behind, $50,000 behind, $10,000 behind? Because again, that factors into how you're going to make your next decision. What was the last date that I made a payment? The last time I paid you guys, was it March 2020? Was it March 2021? When are you showing my loan due? What is the current interest rate of my loan? Remember, a lot of interest rates are adjustable. They're not fixed. So you want to know what the current interest rate is. Once you know what the current interest rate is, the next question should be, is it fixed or is it adjustable? If it's fixed, great. That means it's not going to change for the life of the loan. If it's adjustable, you want to know what's it adjustable based on and how often does it adjust. In today's world of rising interest rates, it's very important to understand whether you have a fixed rate or an adjustable rate, and if it's adjustable, how those adjustments will take place in the future. So you know, in 12 months from now, is my mortgage going to double or is it going to stay the same? Very important information to understand about your own loan. What is the maturity date of the loan? When is this loan paid off? Am I 6 years into my loan and I got 24 years left? Or am I 15 years into my loan and I've got 15 years left? Again, very different scenarios, and they both factor into how you're going to approach your loan modification. If you've only got 10 years left on your loan and you want to get modified to a new 30-year loan, are you sure that's the right thing for you and your family to end up having to pay interest for another 30 years? So that's a very important calculation as well. Some of these that are very complicated, you have to discuss with a professional, like an attorney or a financial advisor, something to that extent, but it's still good to get this information before you decide how to move forward. We also ask if there's any balloon payment. So sometimes on maturity date, there may be a balloon payment. If there is, you want to know how much. Has this loan ever been modified before? Have I ever received a loan modification? If so, when was it? And then get the details of that modification. Also find out when was the last time you requested a modification. And if that modification request was denied, what was the reason for denial? Find out what documents you need to submit for this new loan modification, and find out what's the best way to get that information to them. Do they want it faxed? Do they want it emailed? And how exactly do they want their forms filled out? So in this quick video, I'm just explaining to get the basics of what your loan is, who your loan is, and how you need to proceed with that loan. Okay, my name is Josh Sternberg, Sternberg Law Group. If you have any questions, please let me know. You can always put comments below, or you can call us, pick up the phone from Sternberg Law Group, or email us. Okay, thank you so much. Hope all my homeowners are doing well, and I hope this is super helpful. Thank you.